Hi, everybody. Dr. Charlton here. So this semester we're going to be using a really simple to access tool called Rstudio Cloud. This is as of now, it's free to use. We're using it to do statistical analysis on our survey data that we're going to have later on in the semester. But because it takes a while to figure out how to do statistics, I kind of get started on this early and work on it little by little throughout the course. So I've created an account in Rstudio, and I've set up a new project called MKT 232. You could really call your project whatever you want. This is a totally blank workspace, a blank canvas, and I just started. This is what it looks like when you have just started. So I want to kind of get you oriented to how to use R. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a tool called Swirl that's free to use that sort of teaches R. So I'm going to zoom in here hopefully a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm going to go to type it. You see this code, it's install.packages, and then I have the parentheses and quotes, and I'm going to install Swirl. So this is going to import all the files that I need to run Swirl. Swirl is a teaching program that kind of teaches you how to use R, so it's pretty handy. I'm just waiting for it to load up all the, it's importing everything, all the files. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, so I just paused it to let it finish loading, and you can see that. Sorry, hold on. I'm having a hard time accessing my controls. Okay, you can see that I've imported all my files and everything's installed. So I'm ready to go. My next thing is I have to load this package. So for that part, I type this command, library swirl. So it looks like up and running. So I'm just going to go through a few of these. Should I call you? Call me Aaron. Enter. Okay. Selection. So we're going to start with doing R programming, the basics of programming in R. So number one, R programming, basic building blocks. Okay, so if I type 5 plus 7, it has spaces. I can leave out the spaces, I think. I should get 12. See the output up here? It shows me I got 12. Now, okay. We can create a new variable to store that 5 plus 7 in it using this arrow operator. Okay, so it's just explaining to me how this all works. It tells me what code it wants me to run. I'm going to run it. Excellent job. You can see I'm about 21% done. And so it's, read it as you go because it explains what all this stuff means. So press X to see what's in X, and it's 12. So now I want to do a new variable called X minus 3, called y, which is x minus 3, or 12 minus 3. So I've done that. Let's see what's in y now. It's 9. That's 12 minus 3. Perfect. Now we're going to create a vector which holds a bunch of values. You can see this vector is going to have 1.1, 9, and 3.14. So I'm going to, and I got to store it in a variable called z, right? So I'm going to do well done. So I can find out about this C function that I just used. Up higher here, I used this C function. Now I'm going to find out what it is. You can see my help file popped up that explains what this thing does. Right now, this may not mean a lot to you, but these help files end up being really useful once you get more into it, because they tell you what are all the arguments you can add to this function. So just trust me, that will be useful later. Let's see. I want to see what's in Z. Doing so well, I guess. I can create a new vector that contains Z, 5, 5, 5, and Z again in that order. So I'm not going to assign it to a new variable. So I'm going to do C, Z, 5, 5, 5, Z. I got it. So you can see it repeated the vector C, which is these three numbers. It has it at the beginning and at the end, and then the 5, 5, 5 ended up in the middle. Very straightforward, I think. Anyway, my point of doing this is just to show you how to get started with Swirl, but as you can see, you just follow the Swirl instructions, and it tells you exactly how to do it. It's a pretty useful tool. So I encourage you to read actually what it says and really learn how to use R. It will benefit you immensely knowing a little bit about programming and how to think like a programmer, and it will help you do your R homework as well. So that's all I have there. So let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully it's pretty straightforward, and have a good day. Thanks.